What is up, HB Nation? Welcome back to another podcast. Like always, joined today by Sammy and Chris.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Live from
Hey,
Hesperia.
before this video starts, make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, Twitter,
YouTube.
everything, please. We're trying to grind our way to the top.
Spread the
but
word.
Spread the word, please. We would really appreciate it. Thank you. We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
definitely. And with your guys' support, it supports us. We started getting new setups, new stuff, making our videos better. And it just overall benefits everyone. The viewers and us as the creators benefits everyone. But I hope you guys are excited for today's topic. I know I am. Today's topic is college football. Got to represent, got the full send.
We're going. We're going. Ooh, okay, we're going.
Full
We're
send.
going. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the future of the NFL right here.
Oh, yeah. We've been talking about the NFL the last couple podcasts. Figured we switched it up today to talk about one of my favorite sports to watch, college football. Me and Sammy are big USC fans. Chris
Fight
being
on,
a UCLA
baby. Fight
fan.
on.
Yes, sir. Drop your favorite college in the comments,
Wait, hold on, Chris. What's your favorite?
UCLA.
Sucks.
I don't know about this year. You guys got your fucking asses whooped by like 30-something points. Sorry.
We're gonna get into this coming up season, dog. You guys are gonna be in
Okay,
trouble.
we'll see.
You
We'll
guys are
see.
gonna be in
Just because
trouble.
you guys have all these recruits, we'll see what happens.
Hey, we're gonna get
We'll
into that
see.
right now.
Fuck Lincoln Riley. Fuck that fool.
You're just salty.
That's why you couldn't do shit with Oklahoma.
All of a sudden. Typical UCLA fan. There's gonna be a lot of controversy
I
in
fucking
this
hate
one.
USC. That's all I fucking got.
This is gonna be a juicy one. I can feel
this
it.
is
I can
really,
feel
really
it in
gonna
my
be a
bones.
It's gonna be like a Stephen A. show right here.
Yeah,
Oh, definitely. You're gonna be me and Chris yelling at each other.
Yeah, fucking Skip and Shannon right here. Good call.
I'm gonna get
Eric now.
I'm gonna get a noise complaint tonight just yelling into this microphone.
Hey, but we could both agree. Hey, we could both agree with fucking Shannon that we fucking both hate the fucking Cowboys. Though.
Oh yeah.
We them boys? Question mark.
We them boys. Sorry, Cowboys. We should fucking hate you guys.
All right. So starting off the podcast, let's talk about some of the powerhouses this season. I think we're gonna focus on just two. Me and Sammy being USC fans, and then you, Chris, you being a UCLA fan. I know we have a lot to say, so we'll save ours for second. Chris, let me know about UCLA. What do you think? What are your thoughts going into this next season?
Going into this next season, UCLA, and a lot of talk right now has been USC with all these recruits and everything. I'll let Sammy and Derek get into that. But UCLA, we should sign Chip Kelly. He extended his contract, have him for another couple of years. Quarterback, DTR just came back too. Phillips is coming back. The only one we're losing right now is probably our tight end. But overall, I think we'll be pretty good this year. Yeah, there was a lot of ups and downs for UCLA this past season, losing a lot of close games that we shouldn't have lost. I was at that Oregon game. That Oregon game we should have never lost. But I think UCLA coming in should now, with a lot of with the whole recruiting and everything, I think we'll be okay. We don't need. I think it's gonna get top 5-star players and everything, but whoever you get, it doesn't really matter who you have, as long as you come and show up to play. It's whoever's ready to play at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if you're over here like this top freaking recruiter coming out of high school, 5-star high school recruiter, whatever player. But I think it's whoever comes ready to play, and I think UCLA is gonna have a lot of fight for this year. Just because of the talk right now with USC coming up and them getting all them coaches and all them players, I think UCLA is gonna sneak up there, and I think we're gonna be pretty good this year. And hopefully, I'm hoping UCLA, and for the next UCLA USC game at the Rose Bowl, I think us three are gonna end up probably there, and we're gonna have a lot to say about that game, and we're gonna probably talk smack. I think you're gonna hear me and Derek talking smack to each other the whole entire day. We'll probably do a podcast, even that day before the game, we'll just fucking talk smack to each other like always. But Derek and Sammy, how do you guys feel about USC and everything coming up?
I low-key was zoned out there the entire talk as soon as I heard UCLA.
Oh,
Hey, did you see me on my phone? I was just like,
Yeah, I was on my phone too. I'm sorry. You know, Chris, I love you at the end of the day, but
all right, hold on.
you
yeah.
UCLA is something. I mean, you know, me and Sammy, I grew up a big time USC fan. You know, I to this day I will not wear, support, or have anything be baby blue. That is something that I've grown up with.
supported the UCLA softball team
Hey,
today.
I'm saying no, Derek. I will admit. No, okay. This is
there it is.
Derek, no, okay. I I will state my case. USC don't have a softball team, and you know I'm sorry. I've always that was the only softball team I'm not gonna say I liked, but you know I just really was like, oh wow, you know. And we'll get into softball, another topic, and I'll tell you what like I would
No,
like.
yeah. But today,
We're talking about
focus.
football. We're talking about football. Fight on,
Sammy,
baby, fight on.
do you want to start this off? Because I know we both got a lot of stuff to say. Or would you
Okay,
like me to do it?
let me ask you. We'll get Chris into this too. You know, I know what he, I know what he said about Lincoln Riley and everything, but you know, and I know he hasn't won a national championship. You know, it's hard to win a national championship when you only got 4 spots. We'll get into playoff rankings another time, but Lincoln Riley's a big statement for USC. They're trying to come back up. They're trying to, you know, they're trying to be back where that peak era where we were winning. You know, we've been on a struggle. I'm not saying play Haldren or no, you know, nothing. You know, I'm not saying that we're struggling. We were struggling. We were struggling. It was hard to watch. You know, but I'm hoping to see the Coliseum full again. I love watching. I loved watching when I was a little kid, watching see the Coliseum packed to the brim. And I know you were there. I know all your stories. You came out of the tunnel and everything. You know, I can't say I'm as big as a fan as you, but I support UCLA.
Oh,
you just
what?
said it. We support
Breaking news.
UCLA.
Nah,
Breaking
Oh,
news.
hey, he might be coming over here now. I don't know.
No, but USC. No, I'm excited. Play Caleb Williams. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the quarterback?
Okay, overall, I am just excited. Ever since Lincoln Riley got signed and it was just breaking news all over social media, it was like, oh my God, you know, I see some promise again. You know, we went through a dark time with the whole scandal of Reggie Bush. We didn't have our recruiting. It was a struggle. It was, you know, I went to USC games for freaking like $30 and it felt empty, you know. The student section, of course, is always packed, but other than that, there was no really fans in the stands. And you look back and you watch YouTube videos of early 2000 videos of SC playing. That stadium is packed to capacity, you know. And I feel like we haven't really been able to enjoy stuff. Like I went to a couple games. I went to a lot of games when I was a kid. Really don't remember it too well, but I feel like now with the Lincoln Riley in the spot, it's, you know, shining some light on SC, and SC is going to be a powerhouse team, hopefully coming up soon. You know, as soon as he got signed, it was just instant. You know, all of a sudden, you know, I mean, you follow USC's Twitter. It was
Football Twitter. That's where they post everything.
Yep.
Yeah,
you see the logo. You see the logo, and you're like, what's next?
If you saw this on the USC Twitter, dude, you got excited you got to wait another hour for what they were gonna reveal. But at the end of the day, you're worth it. You're like, wow, we got another piece.
It was just constant, and
it was just for weeks. It was for months actually. After Riley got signed, dude, it was just constant. And we could go into our recruiting process, dude. Our recruiting process. We got Zaylen. I think it's Zaylen Branch from Nevada.
Yeah,
wide receiver.
Granted, you know, SC hasn't been the best at recruiting because of the whole scandal and all that. But I got some numbers here. So going in the signing period, we were ranked 102. After we moved up about 80 spots, which is insane. We had so many new 5-star signs. You know, we had a bunch of transfers. And not just the players. We got coaches. You know, we got Michigan's defensive line coach. We got Michigan State's offensive line coach. You know, Lincoln Riley is setting the stone in USC to make the program great again. And, you know, I see some really, really strong stuff from Lincoln Riley. I truly see him as a Pete Carroll. You know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I see some promise in that, you know, and not to mention some more numbers for you guys. Lincoln Riley's contract, is reportedly worth around $110 million. $110 million.
What could you do with $110 million, Chris?
I don't even know.
He can't say that on the
We
podcast.
can't say it. We can't say it.
can't say
We
it.
can't say it. We can't say it. Well, we know. We know.
I
We know.
wish
But we
Sammy
can't
know
say
what
it.
he's gonna
You,
say.
you guys know what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Party in the club. I don't want to get copyrighted. Never mind.
No, but yeah, Lincoln Riley is just showing so much promise, and I'm so excited to go into this next season. Granted, a lot of our new commits and stuff for 1 or 2 years from now, but he's setting the stone into USC, and he's providing all the stepping stones to get us to where we used to be. Winning national championships, winning all these awards, having Heisman's back in USC. It shows a lot of promise, and I'm super excited for it, and I'm just so hyped for it. I can't wait for college football season to start again.
Dude, I totally agree with you. And like I said, I've never been to a USC game. Always supported. Watched that Rose Bowl game.
We're changing that. We're changing that very, very soon, Sam. We're changing that.
Dude, I hope I'm dude. That's
I love the last row. I love the last game against you guys.
no, but I'm just saying, like, dude, 2017 when we fucking went to the Rose Bowl, like I
was at that game.
I was shutting it off, fucking off and on. No one was home. I was screaming to myself. I'm pretty sure I probably got the cops called on me. I didn't even notice. But no, dude, it was just hard to watch, and it just shows how much like I know I say I've never been like big with USC, but when I support them, I support them. And when you have that feeling of doubt, like when you watch your favorite sports team and you see them like going down in a big game, and you're just like, what the hell's going on, and you're just like struggling to watch it, and you got to shut it off, and you look at your phone, you're like, oh, they're coming back, turn it back on, like that's like a true fan, no matter what. We've seen Chris go through it many times with UCLA. Me and Derek have watched it many times at his house, just going through that up and down roller coaster. And now I'm just
for a long time it's been down, to be honest.
Exactly. And I'm just hoping we go from this. We're just gonna shoot up,
Yeah,
and I'm
definitely.
and I'm hoping we get all these recruits aren't gonna go to shambles, because we got all these recruits. All the eyes are on us right now. No eyes are on Alabama. No eyes are on Georgia. Yes, they just had their national championship about a month ago already, and but after that, it was a lot of, you never really heard from the SEC. You never really heard from the Big 12, the Big 10. A lot of it was Pac-12, and most of it, the whole college football news was about Lincoln Riley transferring from Oklahoma to USC, and what are they gonna do? You see Reggie Bush, you see everybody, Matt Leinart talking about it. You see Carson Palmer talking about it. You see all the former alum of USC getting excited for the season. If that says something, I don't know. If that doesn't say something, I don't know what else does. Honestly.
Definitely. And even if you go up to like longtime USC fans, you bring this up and you tell them the news about it, their eyes glow again. For a long time, it was just constant, like no one really talked about it. It was a sore subject to talk about. We were always, struggling with games, never knew what was going to happen, just constantly upset with the coaching, with what's going to happen. It was constant. But now you mention it and you see the glow in the people's eyes again. And I think LA is getting really excited for this team to come together. And not only that, I've watched a couple videos on Lincoln Riley. I've seen how he coaches, and he expects a lot out of his guys. He's that type of coach that is going to be hard on you, but he's going to be there for you. And I think that's what a lot of players, all they ever want. Like, I think we can all agree. Our coaches in the past weren't that type of coach. Just expected shit out of you and didn't really give a crap about you after the fact. But I feel like he's one of those coaches. I always mention him, Pete Carroll. I see him on the sidelines hugging guys, in there with his guys. That's what players want. That's what players need. And I feel like Lincoln Riley is just like that. And like you said, spotlight's on SC now. I feel like it's big shoes to fill, but I think Lincoln Riley can make this team help this team fill those shoes. And, it may not be this next season, but I'm hoping it is. But eventually I know we'll be back on the top again. And that's what I'm excited for.
No, dude, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. But Chris, I just want to get your aspect as.
No, he doesn't need to talk. He's UCLA.
No. We gotta get him in there. I don't want him just getting bored, and the next thing you know, he's falling asleep on the bed.
I'm already falling asleep.
You know, no, I want to get Chris's perspective on it. Like, you see all this
hold
stuff.
on. Can I just mention, Chris, remember the time we beat you guys 50-0? I was at that game. It was pretty great. It's pretty great. You know, granted, you guys have the bell now. Whatever you want to talk, you know, it's been a while. We need you guys to shine it up for us. So when we get it back, it'd be nice and shiny. But continue. Go ahead, Sam.
No, yeah. So, Chris, I just want to see your perspective on it as a UCLA fan. You see Lincoln Riley coming in. You see all these transfers. You know, we're always talking about it. We're always shoving it in your face. Look who we got. Look who we got. Look who we got. You know, and you know, off the spotlight. You know, you guys do have the bell. You know, it was a horrible game. Hated to watch it.
Made you watch it.
Made me watch it. You know, shoved it in your face when we got like an interception or something. But after that, it was just downhill from us. You know. And I just want to get your perspective on, like, what do you think, you know, as a as a as a Bruin, what do you see from this USC team, like, non-biased, you know, from being a UCLA fan? What do you see? Do you see promise in this team? Like, if you were just if you were just a regular bystander or a regular coach looking at this team and seeing what they're doing from what they got Lincoln Riley and to now, what would you what do you expect from this team?
See, with all your guys' recruits and everything, you guys getting Lincoln Riley, you guys getting the defensive line coach from Michigan, O-line coach from Michigan. You know, with you guys getting all these people, I expect you guys to do good. You know, I would never say that because I have to say this out of a Bruin fan, but you know, everybody expects you guys to do good now with all these recruits you guys are getting, with all these top players, all these, you know, 5-star recruits that you guys are getting. You guys are expected to do good. And honestly, for us being in the Pac-12, you know, I would like us, at least one of us, to see it. If it's fucking USC, okay, fuck, it's USC. You know, but at least one of us needs to be in that national championship. And I hate the fact that, you know, we don't really get a lot of credit for it because it's always Alabama, it's always Georgia, it's always Oklahoma, it's always, you know, Michigan State. You know, it's everybody but the Pac-12.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to see the Pac-12 to come back again. You know, I want us to, you know, win that national championship. You know, even like I said, even though if it's USC, if it has to be USC, it's USC. Okay, I get it. But I want the Pac-12 to be good again. You know, we're not the best, you know, teams out there, but because we haven't really been for the past couple of years. You know, Oregon was the last Pac-12 team that won the national championship against Ohio State, or did they lose that game?
No, they won a national championship.
With Marcus Mariota. With Mariota,
it was the first college playoff that they won. They won the national championship.
Yeah, exactly. But they're the last Pac-12 team to win the national championship, and I just hope, you know, the Pac-12 wins it again. You know, and I feel like you guys have a lot of potential. You guys have a lot of great players. You guys have a lot of great coaches. It just depends on how good you guys are going to be with the team you guys have, and how good of the chemistry you guys are going to have with your coach, coaches.
Yeah, no, definitely. Chemistry is a big thing, you know, and I think we can all agree, you know, if we're not going to throw blows at each other, I feel like we all want the same goal, is to put the Pac-12 on the map again. You know, The Pac-12 has been laughed at for a long time. You know, we're trying to turn into like the Mountain West, you know, and for a long time, Pac-12 was the teams that were stacked. You know, then SEC started coming up, and now the SEC is is probably considered the highest or hardest, you know, division that's out there, or conference, exactly. I should say. But, you know, to be able to put the Pac-12 on the map again is, you know, something that we all want. You know, not only does that, you know, give us credibility, but it also gets more players out here, and it gets more people to come out to these Pac-12 schools, you know. And I know both of us, you know, as much as we have a rivalry with each other, we both want a good game. We both, you know, this last season, you know, granted, you guys deserved it. I'm not going to straight out you say you guys deserved it. Like, you know, we weren't doing good. And like you said, chemistry is a big factor. And with all these new guys coming in, chemistry is going to be a big thing to build, you know. But at the end of the day, we just want this conference to continue to grow. You know, exactly. I feel like Oregon has been the team that's been carrying the Pac-12 when I really don't think they have been that good. You know, last season.
I don't even think they were even good that last season.
Yeah, they weren't that good.
You know,
they got
yeah.
But yeah, no, I think we all can agree And one thing we can agree on is just getting the Pac-12 back on the map again, and I think that's all you want to happen. So for right now, we're gonna need to take a break because someone forgot to charge their laptop, so I gotta go grab my laptop charger. We're gonna take a break for a second. We'll be right back. We're gonna hop into another segment right after this, so we'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. My laptop is now getting charged. We took a little break.
Charge that beat.
Yes,
Come on.
sir.
You got school in the morning.
I do unfortunately have school tomorrow, but it's at noon, so we should be all right. So moving on to more college football talk, we're gonna move into a segment that we got. It's called Hot or Not. I got a wheel up on my phone. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a list of big school teams. I'm gonna spin it. We're gonna say hot or not, give our opinions. You guys, I'm not gonna give my opinion. You guys know how I feel about who I already, mess with. It's gonna be Sammy and Chris on this.
My opinion is it's pretty much Derek's.
Pretty much, we basically have the same mindset,
And same to Chris. Yeah. We all.
Yeah, it's usually the same thing.
It's all three. It's
we figure that this would be a cool little segment to have. So I'm gonna spin the wheel now. Let's see who we get. First team up, we got. Who is this? The Iowa Hawkeyes.
Big Ten. Okay. They made it to the Big Ten championship against Michigan and they got smacked.
Yeah.
That's all I know because my father. Shout out to my dad. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Rob. How you doing? Hey, no, shout out to Rob. He got us into the idea of making a podcast, and here we are doing it now. Shout out to you.
Shout out to my dad. We love him.
Definitely.
We probably wouldn't be doing this without him. He gave us the encouragement. Thanks, Pops. Love you.
Love that guy.
No, so my dad's a big Michigan fan. I watched that game with him. They look good. I'm not gonna lie, they look decent, but I'm gonna say not.
Okay. What about you, Chris?
I'm gonna say not also. Yeah, I know they're always like ranked up there in the top 10. They're like 7 or 6.
Yeah,
they're always ranked.
They're
always ranked like in the top 10, top 15. But I don't think for them to go to a national championship or into the playoffs or anything,
Oh yeah, no.
It's not.
No.
But shout out to Iowa. I really do respect them doing that wave they do to the Children's Hospital that's across the street.
Oh, yeah. No,
that's one of the awesome things.
No,
that
that's
I really
one thing
like
about us.
Iowa.
We care about the community and everything. So, hopefully when we get, bigger, we'll be supporting you guys and everything,
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to Iowa. Wait, hold on. Shout out to Iowa for giving us George Kittle. Love that guy.
All right, spun the wheel again. We got North Carolina.
North Carolina. Oh, the Tarheads, right? Tarheads. Not because they're losing their quarterback this year. That's all I know of them. But they're usually they're in sometimes they make the top 25, right? It's 25.
Yeah.
Usually they make it up there, but they'll probably stay in the 20s, maybe get up there to the 15. But I say not.
I say not as well.
They're a basketball school.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, here we go. Another one. We got Louisville from people from Kentucky.
Not because they haven't been relevant since Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah, ever since Lamar Jackson left, they haven't really been the same.
That's gonna be their only Heisman. I'm sorry, Louisville, if any Louisville fans are ever watching this back. But no, no.
Yeah,
not.
There's really nothing to say.
There's nothing to say. There's nothing impressive. They haven't been up there since Lamar Jackson. So
I personally I've been around the stadium and it's just all of Lamar Jackson. They're still reminiscing about that. All right, I spun the wheel again. I think I already know your guys' answers to this one. The Alabama Crimson Tide.
I gotta go with hot. They're always
obviously
hot. With Nick Saban, come on. Nick Saban's a fucking great ass fucking coach. He's good.
Not to mention he's the number 1 paid coach in college football.
Yeah, exactly. And they always get good freaking recruits, and they're always good. They're always up there, and with their quarterback, I think. Well, you guys you guys were around, right? You guys were in the Wolverine.
Oh no, just me.
It's just Sammy.
Yeah, Bryce Young. Yeah,
Bryce Young.
Came for a practice. That's it. But
But yeah, I think
Well,
Alabama's gonna be up
SC played Alabama. We got all excited about that game. We got our asses handed to us.
No, yeah, no, but I'll also say hot. They've been in so many national championships for a reason. Nick Saban is a great coach, and they just keep bringing in 5-star recruits, and they're a dream team to a lot of quarterbacks out there, and defensively, and no, yeah. So I'll say hot.
Alrighty, next one on the wheel. Ooh, this is a good one. LSU.
Oh,
This is a good one.
okay, this is a good one, but I still think not. I still think not. I don't think
You're up in their colors. Come on, look at it.
I think colors. I'm
That's-
representing our little league baseball
What
team. At
what
this
did
point.
what did Medina tell you?
He
Violet.
calls me Violet because of my sweater.
Violet.
Shout out Coach Medina if you ever watches
Yeah,
this.
Shout
Love
out
you,
Coach
Coach
Medina.
Medina. Love you, Coach Medina.
Coach Carry On too.
Yeah, Coach Carry On.
Coach
Everybody,
Ledesma.
everybody,
Yeah.
Everybody.
I'm not. We
There's
all
Coach
know.
Reese. Coach Reese, I don't know about him.
Yeah, Reese. Nah, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
No, there's one coach that we're not gonna say hi to, but we all know in our minds who we're
Oh
thinking.
yeah.
Yeah, we all got it in our heads.
But no, they lost. Or what's his name? Ed?
I'm glad we beat them though.
No. What's his Ed Orgeron, right?
Ed Ogeron, yes,
Ed
former
Orgeron.
USC coach.
They lose Orgeron. Who'd they pick up? I know they picked up a decent.
No clue.
I know they picked up someone decent, to fill in his spot, but
I think not.
I think not. They're not. They're yeah. I don't think there's a lot to say about it. I'm not gonna just say something I don't know, so I'm not.
Okay, Ohio State Buckeyes.
Oh, I think hot. I think hot for the reason of they have a good young quarterback, and he was up and running for the Heisman. I think he did really, really good this season. But I think they'll bring in a couple more players, a couple more recruits that will help them, get to that national championship and hopefully win it. But we want the Pac-12 to win it. But I think Ohio State's going to be up there still for a while, and I think they're still hot.
Yeah, also hot. They're the association up there loves them. They're even though they lose to a small team, they'll be number 2, and next thing you know they're still number 5. So
Yeah.
they get the love that no one else gets. But hot, they have a Heisman. I think he could possibly win the Heisman. Don't like Ohio State, but yeah, hot. They have a bright future.
All right, I think I know you guys' answers to this one. The Oregon Ducks.
I think not. I think they would just give. I think their schedule last season was, I don't know. They didn't really play a lot of tough teams.
I
when
want
they
to
played against
chim in on
when
this.
they played against Utah, they got their asses smacked to them. I know they're a Pac-12 team or whatever, but I don't think Oregon's gonna be. I think they're gonna be up there, but I don't think they're gonna be in that national championship or in the playoffs.
I'm gonna chime in on this.
Go ahead.
Oregon, all you Oregon fans, because you love their colors and their jerseys and their uniforms, this and that, this and that, this and that. Y'all got lucky last season. There was a lot of games that I watched. Y'all got lucky.
UCLA, I was at that freaking game. You guys should have
Not even. I watched them play against Fresno State. They got lucky against Fresno State. They had a lot of close games that should have been that close. And granted, like we can all agree with, we'll get into this topic afterwards. The committee of the NCAA and whoever makes the top 10 and the top 25, there's a lot of bias. Y'all got lucky last season with a lot of your rankings and, all that stuff. You guys are losing a lot of guys this next season. I do not think they're going to be hot. I needed to chime in on this because, all of last season, I was just getting pissed. I was rooting for every other team against them, because I feel like they're up there for no reason. Granted, they're a decent team, but they're not as hot as people claim they were. They got lucky in a lot of games. But, yeah, I just had to chime in on that.
No, yeah, I'll say not as well. Never been a Ducks fan, never will be. And, nope.
All righty, we're going to do 2 more.
All right, 2 more.
Well, this is a good one. The Utah Utes.
Oh, I think you. Okay,
I'll do this one.
go. You can go first.
Well, they won the Pac-12 this past season, and I say they stay hot. Why not? I feel like we need, as a USC and UCLA, I think we need competition. And I don't want us just to steamroll through all the teams or anything. And I want to see the game where it's going to be Utah and USC or Utah and UCLA. And we absolutely kick their ass. And next thing you know, one of us will be the top schools being talked about in that Pac-12.
Yes,
And
definitely. Can't wait for that day.
I'm gonna say hot though because I think they just came off a Pac-12 championship. They deserved it. They won it for a reason. So I'm gonna say hot.
I agree with that. I can agree with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say hot as well. They were really good. They were a really, really good team. And like we said, Oregon got lucky, and when they played a good school like Utah, kicked the
Showed.
crap out of them both
Yep.
times. And yeah, I think they're gonna stay hot. I think they'll be hot for another couple of years. But yeah, like I said, they're gonna be hot.
Alrighty, last one. Your Texas Longhorns.
Oh, hey, we're gonna get in trouble for that. Like a dude.
And no, this
They could hook these balls.
exactly. But from what I've been hearing, Derek, they've been under the radar, and I heard that they got a couple transfers too. I fucking hate them, but I hope we play them, and
I hope we see them too.
I hope we see them,
too.
and we just absolutely wreck them, give them a new asshole. I'm gonna say hot because what I've seen a couple things on them, and I've seen that they're under the radar. They're a very underappreciated team because, like we said, it used to be the USC and Texas Longhorns, and that used to be the show. And no, yeah, and I'm gonna say hot because I heard a lot of things. I heard a lot of good things about them.
I'm gonna say hot because they're always a team up there. They're not really giving a lot of credit. Not like we're not giving a lot of credit either. They haven't really been up there for a while. But I'm gonna just say hot. I don't really know a lot about them. I'm not sure about what Sammy said. He heard a lot about they're under the radar, but I don't. I think they're gonna be hot this year, and we'll see.
All right. So that was hot or not. Let us know if you guys enjoyed it. Let us know. Give us some feedback. Give us some comments. Let us know what we're doing. Give us some suggestions. All right. Moving on. The final topic of this podcast. A lot of controversy. We mentioned them a couple times. The NCAA committee and, the NCAA playoff. We know, as everyone knows, it's 4 teams right now. A lot of people don't agree with, how they're setting these playoffs up. They don't agree with, how they're ranking certain teams, how they're favoring certain teams. You could have a number 1 team lose to a number 16 team and they're still in the top 10,
They're still in the top 5.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Top to 4.
So give me your guys' feedback. What do you guys think? What are your guys' opinions? What are your thoughts? What do you think they should implement? What they shouldn't? Give me your feedback.
Okay, I honestly think that we should have more teams in the playoffs. Like 4 teams, it's just 2 weeks. Well, it's just 1 week, and then they get a couple weeks off, and then they play the national championship game.
Yeah.
I think that's just. I think personally it's just boring. Like there's no really like we don't see those top teams playing against each other so often either. You get one week, one another week. But I think they should move it up at least to 8 teams. At least to get a couple more playoff games against those top teams. I don't think it should just be 4. What they said that it's going to last for another couple of years until they change it. I don't agree with it. I know a lot of people don't agree with it. I know you guys don't agree with it. And there's a lot of teams that are not in that top 4 that should be in the top 4. And I think they should move it up because at this point I think it's just getting boring. I think the playoffs is just getting boring watching the same 4 teams over and over and over again. like Alabama and Ohio State, Georgia. We saw Michigan this year. Something new, a new team, but I think it's just getting boring at this point watching the same teams over and over again. And I think the top 8 teams should be at least given a chance.
Okay.
No, yeah, and I totally agree with Chris. And honestly, dude, I I would throw it out there, and I don't know if it'll ever happen. Make it like the NFL. Make it how the NFL is right now. Give the 1 seed. Give the top 2 seeds. 1 and 2. Give them the bye.
The top 10 teams.
We'll do top 10. So that'll be top 10 right there, right? Give the top 2 seeds.
Their bye.
Give them their bye. They deserve it. They maybe I don't know about the committee. I think they just need to do something about that. I feel like it's I don't know what they can do. It's hard to talk about because we don't know what they're we don't know what they're gonna we don't know what they're gonna we don't know what to expect. And it's I don't know. I feel like dude, it's just hard. It's just hard. Like I hate seeing teams like Ohio State getting beat by number 25 Texas Tech, right? Say, just throw it out there. And they're number 3. And then next thing you know, next week, they're 4. They don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Like, in college basketball, if a number 3 team gets beat by a number 22 team, they get dropped down
like 15.
to 15. They get dropped down a significant amount. They get dropped down so much. And I would just like to see more because if you think about it, like Chris said, it's only like 2 weeks of college football and then you get the 2 weeks off and then playoff and whatever.
How would you guys – all right, and I feel like you were saying, teams don't get dropped as much as we think they should. And I feel like there's a lot of bias on certain teams that do only get dropped a certain amount because you have teams – I've seen USC lose a game, being top 10 and they get dropped down to like 20
something.
Yeah. And it's like, dude, Ohio State just lost.
UCLA.
Exactly. Like there's a lot of bias in it. How would you guys feel about having a tournament, having the same type of playoff style, but the winner of every conference go against the winner of every single other conference? So you have a representative of the SEC, you got the representative of the Pac-12, you got a representative of the Mountain West. You have different representatives. What is the name of? Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry to cut you off, but like I want to see Cinderella teams. I want to see Cinderella teams.
I feel like if you have won the right to. Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I feel like if you've won your conference, you've earned the right to be your conference champion. You should at least have a shot at a national championship.
Like Utah, this past
exactly.
Season. Utah was a great team,
and that's a great way to get every. You get a bit and piece of every team. And so what if they get blown out or whatever? At least you're getting represented. You're showcasing your conference in the playoffs. I feel like that's a great way to compromise for, the top 20. Yeah, granted, you could have the top 25 who you feel like the best teams in college football are. But I feel like if they were able to use a team from every conference to represent their conference and use it as like that to get them in the playoffs, I think it'd be a really good idea. And I think it's something they should think about.
Like I honestly, me personally, I like seeing March Madness and seeing those Cinderella teams go. Because then because you never heard of Wichita State until like 3 years ago.
Yep.
You never heard of Loyola Chicago until like 2 years ago. You never heard of those teams. You never heard of them. And then all of a sudden they get eyes on them and it's good for their organization and their school. Because look at a lot of kids are going to Loyola Chicago and Wichita State. They're going to all those little small schools. And just think about it. Just think about if Coastal Carolina goes to the top like 4, and even though they get smacked, or dude, they beat number 1 Alabama out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it avoids situations where, what was it, a couple years ago, where was it University of Central Florida, where they went 13-0 or something like that, 12-0.
They went 14-0,
and they didn't get anything. They had to name themselves like national champions in Florida or whatever.
Yeah, it avoids or anything.
Exactly. It avoids the conflict. It avoids, stuff like that, and it gives everyone a shot. you know, and I think that's why that's why these schools who are in the SEC that are dominating right now are getting all these recruits, is because they're the
They're the
ones
only
only
ones that are
getting
being shown.
showcased.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know,
If
and
you
that's the sucky part, because you think about it, you get those small schools, you get the Fresno States, you get the San Diego States, you get all those small schools out there, dude, they can be great. What says
yeah,
what says they can't be great? What says they're, because if you think about it, they'll be implemented into NCAA history forever for beating that number 2 team, for beating that number 3 team. Or dude, you never know it. That it gives a possibility of just getting someone else in that top in that national championship, and not always having Clemson, LSU, Alabama, Ohio State,
Georgia.
Georgia.
Always the same school.
It's always the same schools, and it gets, I think it gets
Tiring.
it gets tiring.
it gets boring.
It gets
That's
boring.
why.
And
Because
That's
we already
why.
know who
Yeah.
we already know
because
who
you
to expect.
because
Like, be honest. Did you guys really watch the playoffs this season?
no,
I
I
watched
watched like
Exactly.
a quarter.
No one
I watched
did.
like the fourth quarter.
Yeah. I received what we didn't even watch the national championship
We were
game
at a
this year.
Kings game.
We were at a Kings game. We'd rather be at a Kings game than watching that freaking the same two schools freaking playing
Yeah,
again.
it's the same thing over and over again. I
Yeah.
know we all like a Cinderella story. I think everyone who watches any type of sports loves a Cinderella story, a team that you would not think would be winning and they're winning games, And I think stuff like that keeps programs in business, There's a lot of schools out there who've had to shut down their football programs, that they just didn't get the exposure that they needed. They didn't get the players that they can get, And I feel like it'll just overall benefit every school. Granted, you're going to have some blowouts. You're going to have teams play SEC and, they may get blown out. But it still gives them exposure. It still shows that they're in the playoffs, And I think it's something that should be thought about. Do you guys have anything else to say? What do you guys have any other
No, yeah,
thoughts, any things?
and honestly, it just I think it's just good for this. I think NCAA is just focused on the money. Everything's evolved around money. Look at the MLB. They can't come to an agreement on a lockout
Without money.
without money. Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. And I know it's the phrase, money makes the world go round. And these top schools are getting paid millions and millions of dollars. And I understand, sometimes it doesn't come down to, sometimes it doesn't come down to where this person's going to play, sometimes it is the education, sometimes it is, because you have to think about it. They're going to college for once, they're trying to get a diploma, they're trying to get their bachelor's or whatever, and I completely understand that. We can't just say like it's going to be, it's just about football or the sport, because at the end of the day, it is about the kids, because that's what they say. They're like, I'm gonna proceed my academic, I'll go down academic
Homie can't
education.
spoke.
Yeah, academic education at the University of Southern California, the UCLA, and I think the exposure that the Coastal Carolina or San Diego State can get so much more recruits out there that it'll help them out. And next thing you know, they can open up a new department on what people actually can go and major in.
Yeah.
And it'll be good for them, at the end of the day. But we need change.
Yeah.
Because it's boring.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
think
it
they
is
should.
getting-
I think they should have. I think the NCAA should invest in the small schools. Give them something. Like San Diego State. They were what ranked top 20 something. They were coming up there. They're not a big school or anything, but at least a school that you don't really see. Is blowing up. At least give that support that they deserve. And it just sucks at the fact that we're just seeing the same schools over and over and over again, and there's no change at all whatsoever. And honestly, it gets boring. It honestly does get boring, and it's been boring for the past couple of years because all we do is see Alabama or Georgia. The last other team that we saw was what freaking LSU win it with Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, it's just boring. I think that the NCAA needs to make a change soon. I know it's not going to happen now, but hopefully in the next couple of years they make a change soon.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think that sums up our, thoughts and ideas. Make sure you leave a comment. Let us know what you think how things should change, what shouldn't change. You know, we always like feedback. Let us know what we can do differently. You know, thank you guys for watching. This was our NCAA. You know, there will be more coming as more news comes out and when the season starts. You know, I love talking about college football. It's one of my favorite passions. You know, keep tuning in to our videos. We'll talk about hockey soon. We'll get into MLB soon. You know, as more things, more news and stuff comes up, we're going to be talking about it. You know, just make sure to tune in, go follow us, Instagram, Twitter, all the stuff we have. I lost track of all the social media stuff we have, you know, but, you know, go shoot some likes, go follow, share with your friends. You know, we enjoy making these videos. We hope you guys enjoy watching them, you know, and at the end of the day, we're giving our feedback, our personal thoughts, whatever you want to do with them, do what you want. But with that being said, hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe. Like I said, again, share, you know, get the news out there. We're trying to blow up, you know. Hope you guys enjoyed this HB Nation. I can't say that word. You know what? If you know, HB Nation, stay blank, you know. Yeah, peace out.
Yep.